welcome or welcome back. My name is Jennifer, and here on my channel I like to chat about all things beauty and makeup. And today I have my we're in April, my March palette ranking. My bad. I am filming this April 9th. When this will go up, I don't know. I have no idea. Really hoping that I get the motivation and energy and time to edit maybe tomorrow or this weekend. That would be fantastical. So, real quick, before I get into the rankings, I like to do this in kind of like a tiered system where I start out with category 1. It's 4 categories. Category 1 or tier 1 is basically trash. It's going in palette purgatory. We'll probably declutter it. It's on the chopping block. Any of those items go in this category. The next one is meh. I don't like it, but I don't not like it. Like, it's probably on the chopping block. I haven't decided yet. I still want more time with it. Like, we haven't made it to the point of purgatory, or we haven't made it to the point of trash declutter. The next one is, it's nice, but not tip top. I need more time with it. So this is like good, great, but not yet holy grail. And in this category, I also include palettes that I've only used maybe one time, or I don't really remember my thoughts when I used it before. And so I want to give myself more time before I decide it's, you know, like holy grail status. And then the last category, which is the best category, is holy grail. Love this palette. You will pry it from my cold dead hands. Easy enough. All right, so first category, basically trash. I have two this time. And let me scoot over a little bit. I am going to try to pop up looks that I did on any pictures that I took. I have quite a few palettes here, and I know that I did not take pictures of all of them, but I have some. So my first one, this one hurts. This is the Tarte Man-Eater palette. And this is the Man-Eater Temptress. So this is one of these little 6-pan palettes. I usually love these. I love the Jewel. I love the Spark. And there's one or two more that I have that I enjoy. I don't know if I need them, but I at least enjoy them. This one felt like there was no color payoff for me. But I really do like a darker outer corner. And this one is kind of like a satiny shade. So really, it could be just kind of like my taste as to why I don't like this. It's not actually trash. I feel like this will be an enjoyable palette for somebody out there. I just don't think that someone is me. So that is the Tarte Man-Eater Temptress. Big bummer. I was so excited to get this. I love the packaging, but I don't know. I'm gonna put it in palette purgatory and see if I think about it. I don't think I will. I don't think I'll be like, you know what? I want to use that over the Dancing Lights or the Gallon Jupiter that I just got from Gloss Gods. This is actually what's on my face today. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to want to reach for it over that. The other palette in this category is the Natasha Denona Love palette. This is not trash. I just think that I no longer enjoy this color story. I don't know. It's not something that I think about a lot, other than I think, man, I feel like that palette is wasting away in my collection and I should probably move it along. I mean, there's some shades in here I don't think I've ever even used. And these shimmers are pretty, but they're like a classic style shimmer where they're a little bit heavier. And they're a little bit reflective, but they're not like super sparkly or anything, which there's nothing wrong with that. You know, sometimes I do like just a basic shimmer. But overall, I just don't think I need this anymore. I I had kept it for a while because I'm like, well, you can rearrange the shades in Natasha Denona palettes. What's the point if I don't even really love these shades? Like, come on, Jen. Like, I like this purple row here, and the shade Valentine I've used quite a bit. But outside of that, I just don't think I need this. And I don't want to steal a couple of shades out of this when I can just move it along. I don't need them. So I'm going to put it in palette purgatory just to make sure I don't think about it and want it. I did do a palette bingo with Megan, and I will try to remember to link our videos below, but I might forget. But she's Megan, classic beauty goddess, absolutely wonderful person. So happy that she asked me to do a collab. She got all shimmers and I got all mattes. So really didn't love that for me, given how much I love shimmers, but that's okay. It was something that took me out of my comfort zone, and I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the look, honestly, but I just don't feel like I need that anymore. Next we have our, it's good. I like it. I don't know if I like it. I know I don't not like it. You know what I mean? You know, anyways. 6. I have 6 palettes in this category. Oof. All right, the first one is my Glamlight Hershey's Cookies and Cream. This one has been on the chopping block, and every time I start swatching shades in it, I'm like, no, absolutely not. I cannot get rid of it. This one shade right here is what gets me every time. However, I'm pretty sure I have a very similar shade to this in my new Gal on Jupiter palette, I think. So I don't super love the mattes in here. There's nothing wrong with them. They're fine. They're fine. It's not Glamlight's best formula, in my opinion, as far as the mattes go. The shimmers are really what get me, but honestly, if I were to dig these out and keep them, I don't think I would choose these shimmers over some of the other ones that I have in my collection. I just don't. I don't think I would. So this one is going to palette purgatory to see if I think about it. Next, I have my NYX Ultimate Vintage Jean Baby. This was actually a surprise gift from my daughter. She went and my husband told her to pick out anything in the makeup aisle, and this is what she ended up picking and surprising me with. I was having kind of a rough day, kind of a rough week, and my husband thought that would be a nice little pick-me-up surprise, and he was not wrong. I really like this shade. This one is really pretty. It's in this category because I did one look and the mattes were a little bit more difficult to use, but I want more time with it because, you know, one time having difficult mattes does not a bad palette make. Like maybe it was me, maybe it was my eyes, maybe it was the primer. So I want more time with this. I'm not putting this in palette purgatory. I wouldn't anyways because my daughter got it for me. But I liked the look that I did. I don't think I took a picture of it. That was a quick get ready day. So yeah, the mattes were just a little bit more fussy to work with. The shimmers are not like out of this world indie shimmers, but I think they're really nice, especially for drugstore. So that is my current thoughts on this one. And then next I have my Nomad Air Oslo palette. So these palettes, these Nomad Air palettes did not get very good reviews. I think the original one did, and I don't have that one. I almost bought it and I have kicked myself for not getting it, but come on, Jen, like I don't need it. I actually kind of liked it, but I've only made one look with it, and I do think it's very one-noted. So I have the top shade swatched here. This is from the Nomad palette. Just a reminder, this is from the NYX palette, and I think they're pretty on par with each other. I don't think there's a lot of difference between the two. The mattes, you have to really be open and committed to like a chalky gray. And I just think that at this point in my life, with all the wrinkles and texture that I have on my eyelids, it makes them look a lot more crepey. And I'm not loving that for me. I don't even think I swatched the bottom shade. So the bottom shade is this one right here. It's nothing crazy impressive. Now, when I'm traveling, I don't know that I want like sparkle to the moon shimmers, but I also don't know that I want crepey eyelids. So I feel like I need to use this one more time. It's going on the chopping block. So what I've been doing with my chopping block palettes is if I didn't wear makeup that day, then before I go to bed, I'll come in here and I'll do like a quick eye look with a chopping block palette and kind of gauge, okay, the mattes are easy to work with now or they're not easy to work with. I like these shades, I don't like these shades. You know, I just kind of like play around a little bit and I'll do 2 different eye looks. So I'll do one eye look and another eye look. That way I can play with more shades. And I don't like leave the house with 2 different or accidentally, you know, like answer a meeting call at work with 2 different eyeshadows. So that's the best way I've found to test my chopping block palettes. Next, I have my Dominique Cosmetics Essential Palette. Okay, so the first time I used this palette, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. The second time I used this palette, hated it. Like super did not like my look. I figured out that the mattes are nice. This middle shade is what I really like in the palette, this middle shimmer. That's where it's at in here. The rest of the shimmers I think are just fine. Nothing amazing. They're actually a little bit kind of dry. Like, I don't know if that's like the age of the palette or just how they were. Like, they seem very firmly pressed. So these are the other 4 shimmers swatched out. So these look basically the same. Yeah. And then this one is not a shade that I enjoy. And then this one is pretty, but it's pretty dark. And I don't typically, like, if I like a dark shimmer, it's not going to be like this. I feel like this is a palette that I could put in palette purgatory and I probably would not rescue from there. Like, I don't think that this shade is so special that I would go rescue this palette. So, going into palette purgatory. Next, I have my Tarte Maneater palette, and this one is the Maneater Volume 3. I love the smell of Tarte's eyeshadows. Not everyone does, but it's kind of like a vanilla hot cocoa type smell. It reminds me of when I worked at a coffee shop and we used to make hot chocolate for my husband because he didn't like coffee. I don't like coffee. But he loved when I made him hot chocolate. So this is not a bad palette by any stretch of the imagination. I just also don't think it's like super impressive. What's really lame is that the pans are magnetic but glued in, and that always pisses me off. There's, let's see, there's 3 shimmers in here, and all of them are like a more traditional, nothing crazy, beautiful, like just plain. There's plain shimmies. But they're also not really shades that I am drawn towards. When I visited this palette in Ulta, these shimmers were kind of annihilated, the like display palette. The shimmers were kind of annihilated, but the mattes were semi-intact. And I was like, okay, well, those look really nice mattes. Honestly, if I had the gumption to, I would probably dig out these shimmers and put a shimmer in there that I like, but I don't know that that's worth it to me. I've only made one look with this palette, and it is fairly new to my collection, so I'm going to put this in the chopping block. And then finally in this category, I have the Give Beauty Simple Kind of Life. Yeah, it's the I See in Color Simple Kind of Life. Like the shade is Simple Kind of Life. So this is really pretty. And I actually think that this shimmer right here is pretty. It's very similar to all the other ones that I've swatched so far, because I obviously have a type when it comes to neutrals. My only thing with this, I only used it one time. So I don't know about this one yet. It was okay. Like, did I need this? No. For like, I don't know how much I paid for this, $7, $8. Not bad. I found it at TJ Maxx. So I'm going to put this one on the chopping block. I don't think I'll end up wanting to get rid of it at all. But I'm just being honest with myself. You know, I have all of these eyeshadow palettes. Is this going to stand out, or is this going to be a utilitarian palette for me? You know, if this is utilitarian and I like taking it on a work trip, that's totally fine. You know, no problem with that. I've already spent the money. It's not going to hurt me to keep it. We're on to the third stack of palettes, which is, these are good, but not yet holy grails. So I'm going to start with kind of an odd one, and that is going to be a pairing of palettes. So this palette alone, I didn't super love. I do want to try it again with just the mattes. Well, I mean with the shimmers, but using the mattes in here because I didn't love them the first time that I used them. The shimmers are beautiful. If you don't like fallout, if you don't like glitter, these are not for you. These are the flaky, chunky, glitterish type shimmers. Is it glitter? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't care if it is, because I love it. But if you don't like it, these are not for you. These definitely need to be applied with a finger. If you don't like playing in your makeup, not for you. So the shimmers, like 10 out of 10 for me. But I had the idea to pair it with my Kaleidos Black Jasmine palette because I wanted to use this and see if the quality was still holding up. Because honestly, I would repurchase this and the Cold Brew 100%, no questions asked. I no longer have the Blow and Smoke in my collection, and I kind of miss it sometimes, but I have convinced myself I don't need it because I would pick this over Blow and Smoke any day. I love the mattes in here, and pairing these two together was lovely. I really, I followed this of crease shade, blow it out, deepen up, and then I did shimmers from here. Beautiful. Worked perfectly. Now, do I want a palette with crappy mattes that I have to always pair with another palette? No, I don't. However, these are heart-shaped pans, and I will not be getting rid of this palette, not as long as it has shimmers in it that I like. And regardless, I think I'll always keep the palette, so it's not on the chopping block, but I still, the mattes are on the chopping block. Let's just say that much. So I'm still going to put it in my chopping block. Needs more testing pile. And then this one is like a holy grail, but because I paired it with Morley Gray, we're going to put it in the good, not holy grail yet pile. Hopefully that makes sense. Next I have the Glaminatrix Elegant Eyes palette. I really liked these little 6-pan palettes. This one is a little bit kind of odd for me because this is a very warm brown and this is like a very cool brown. And then you have, this is a very flippy shimmer. Ew, what did I just get on? I think it's black eyeshadow from my Cold Brew or Black Jasmine palette. And then you have Cultivated, which is this middle shimmer, and that's gorgeous. And then you have Elegant, which I don't, it's so icy. I don't feel like it really goes with the palette. that little white shade, the first shimmer in the palette. Like these two are gorgeous and they blend into each other beautifully. But then you have this like really icy white shade. And that is not the shade that I would have put in this palette. I don't know that these performed super well for the brand because they went on sale pretty quickly. I think they're on sale for 50% off right now. But I have enjoyed these and they're magnetic, so I can interchange these with my Barely Basic palette. So not on the chopping block by any stretch of the imagination. I enjoyed it. There's improvements I would make to it if I was designing the palette, but it still has the place in my collection. Then I have the Natasha Denona Retro Glam, and I do like this palette. I really do. There are some shades in here that I probably could live without, like this one. This is called Flare, and it looks like a reddish pink shimmer. And it's just not, it's not a shade that I wear because I look sick when I do. Like, I look like I belong in the hospital hooked up to an IV. And I already look that way on my own half the time. I don't need any help getting there. But I really did enjoy it for kind of a lighter green look in March. I do really like this shade Flutter. It's pretty. You know, it's nothing super to write home about, but it's a pretty topper or a pretty inner corner. I like the tones of green in here. You have to like kind of mossy, like muted greens if you're gonna like this palette. And really it only has 3 pinks in it. And that includes that ugly, like reddish pink. So yeah, I like this palette. I wouldn't say it's like a tip-top favorite. But I'm finding that as my tastes change, so do my preferences for brands like Natasha Denona. Also, I'm really tired of her new releases. They do not inspire me whatsoever. Then I have the Blend Buddy Cosmetics Surge palette, and I feel like I'm trying to remember what look I did. I'm pretty sure I did the green column for the most part with this one, because I had never used any of the neons before. I know that's like sacrilegious because that's like the main reason people like this palette. I do know that I paired it with a different shimmer because the shimmers in here are nice, but I wanted something like really amped up. So I did pair it with a different shimmer. I think I used my Kaleidos, maybe Galactic Galaxy or Saturnalia, one of those that's in my Imageddon project. And I really liked it. I really liked how that look turned out. So I feel like this is not really holy grail status simply because I haven't played with this much, even though I've owned it for a while. I think I've only done like 3 looks with this palette now. I have come into it for a couple of like blend out shades, but I'm not counting those. This is criminally underutilized in my collection. I can tell you that much. Now I have my Urban Decay Wild Greens palette. I really liked this palette when I first got it, and I still do. I do really like the shade Chill. It's a nice little inner corner shade. It's nothing amazing. It's just gently pretty. Again, these pans are magnetic, but glued in. I find every time I use this palette, I enjoy it. I just forget that I own it sometimes. So I don't know what that says. Like when I see these shades right here, this makes me think of the Natasha Denona Retro palette. And that might be why I don't think of it much, because I have 2 very similar palettes in my collection. So I don't know. Next, I have my Pat McGrath What are you? Utopian Dream. This is the Mothership 9. I just don't super love the mattes that she chose for this one. I really wish we had, I don't know, like a bright pink or a bright purple to go with these. And then when I was swatching this shade just seemed like a dud. Maybe I just need to like get through the top layer. I don't know. It really does feel like a dud in my palette. I built it up and that's better, but it was so patchy. But then you have the top shimmer that I love the most. And that one is just absolutely freaking gorgeous. So for that shade alone, I will keep this palette. I do like the other shades in here. I really do. I like these 3 shimmers. I don't know if you can see the shift on that one. So I do like these 3. I have never used that shade. This one is pretty, but I don't need it in this palette. And then this one I like. And then these 2 mattes I like. I don't like this warm peachy pink. It's not for me. Not on the chopping block by any stretch of the imagination. Even though it's Pat McGrath and it's a Mothership, it's not a holy grail. Next I have my Heather Austin Adept palette, or Adept Cosmetics and Heather Austin. So I have rearranged my palette with my La Cienega palette because I did not like the mattes that were in here. So I now have like this maroon burgundy shade, these 2 browns, and then this brown and this like pinky cream shade. And I really like the look that I did with this, and I love these shimmers. I really do. I probably could live without this shimmer and this shimmer, but I do like what they add to the palette. This one is very clearly my favorite. So excited. And then Passport and Austin are also favorites of mine. But so excited. I have a huge dip in, like, and they're definitely squishy eyeshadows. So this is the shade So Excited. Like, see, I feel like I would reach for that before I would reach for the Hershey's shimmer that I'm so hung up on in that Glam Light palette. So something for me to keep in mind when I'm doing my collection and declutter. But I like my revamped version of that palette because the green and yellow looked like absolute trash on me. I didn't love the quality of those mattes. I feel like they got a little bit better when we got to the La Cienega palette, and then they got really good. I think they're a lot better now. Now I have 2 new palettes left in this category, and then we're on to Holy Grails. So this is my Adept Cosmetics Cyborg Choir palette. I actually did not order this for a long time. And then when it was out of stock, I was so full of regret. They weren't, like, they're pretty transparent about their stock and inventory. Adept and Blend Bunny are both pretty great about, like, here's where we're at inventory wise. I didn't order it. I did not order it. And then they posted that they had found, or they had like an extra couple of palettes they threw on their site, and I was like, mine. So I love this palette, but I've only done 1 look with it so far, and I loved the look. The main star of the show of that look was Voltage Violet and Digital Harmony. So that one is Voltage Violet, and that one is Digital Harmony. Yeah, Digital Harmony. I forgot for a second. So gorgeous. No regrets on getting this one. None at all. I even like the mattes. I enjoyed the mattes on this one. I don't remember if I went into any other palettes for the mattes. I don't think I did. I think I used these 2. I did this one lightly and then this one to deepen up. And then I have my Blend Benny Beauty Below palette. Oh, and this is in the Not Yet Holy Grail because I've only used it the one time. So I don't feel like I can call it Holy Grail if I've only done one look with it. But I can definitely see that making Holy Grail status very soon. Then I have my Blend Bunny Beauty Below palette, which the Cyborg Choir I've been thinking about. Like, I was like, I want to do a purple look today. I should use the Cyborg Choir. That was really pretty. But then I was like, I have some other new purple palettes I kind of want to check out. So, this was really beautiful. This was another palette that I did a purple look with. I really want to use like this quad down here. I want to use this one. I want to use the whole thing. Like, I want to put the whole thing on my face. That's what she said. But these shimmers are gorgeous. And normally Blend Bunny is not like in the game with the shimmers, but they came for it this time. Like, this is a Blend Bunny shimmer. And they were really pretty. I used the NYX glitter glue and they did not get creasy on me, so that's a win. I only have 5 palettes in Holy Grail status. So let's start with Kaleidos Cold Brew. This is the brown one version. They did like this and the black one as their like initial quad release, and then they did the purple ones, the Night of Creation collection, and then they did another one that was like even more muted shades of the other palettes they'd already done. Wasn't into those, but these, this I love. Every single time I wear this palette, I get a compliment. And like from work people and like other random people that don't normally comment on my makeup. This shimmer looks like it's nothing special in the pan. It doesn't even look super, super special in a swatch. It's pretty. But every single time I wear this palette, I get so many compliments. So I love it. And the mattes are so easy to work with. I love Kaleidos mattes. I love their shimmers. Where are you, Kaleidos? What are you doing? Because the whole makeup community is waiting and ready. We're rooting for you and we're ready. I'm ready to throw some cash at Kaleidos this year. Then I have my What's Up Beauty Geodes palette. I actually rearranged these not long ago and then unrearranged them. I rearranged it with my Desert Monsoon palette because these are all magnetic. Citrine is one of my favorite colors in my What's Up Beauty palettes. It's just a yellow, but it's a beautiful yellow shimmer. There it is right there. And then you have Earth-like, which is this one. And then you have Crystal, which is the one below it. Like, oh. And then I enjoy their mattes. So what held me up for a while was that it's basically a very neutral color story and a little bit repetitive with all the browns. And then one ugly, murky yellow. And then a bunch of colorful shimmers. But the more I use this, the more I love it. I love their shimmer formula. I love their matte formula. I love the packaging, absolutely beautiful. So, I mean, would I change some of the mattes in it? Yes, but I can do that very easily. I can pop these out and rearrange my palettes. So that obviously gets it more points in my opinion. Then I have I'm just smearing glitter on the back of my hand at this point. Then I have the Adept Cosmetics Amy Loves palette, and I love this palette so much. My favorite shade, probably in my whole collection right now, is the shade Glam. I don't even think I used it the day that I wore this palette though, but that right there is the shade Glam. Like, holy crap. And when I swatch it, like it doesn't feel gritty. It doesn't feel glittery, but it looks like it's just a pressed glitter. I don't know how they do it. I love the shade Lights Up. So beautiful. So, so pretty. And then I love the muted blue brown tones in here for the mattes. Just so pretty. I think these are really good quality mattes so far. I think I've only used this palette maybe 3-4 times now, which with how many palettes I have in my collection, that may not seem like a lot to some people, but it's definitely a lot of use for how long I've had it and how many palettes I have. So I think that says something. Also, the packaging, I absolutely love the glitter. I know this is not for everyone, especially the texture on it. I don't find a lot of glitter comes off of this, but I did see recently someone said they did not like it because of the glitter that comes off of it. But I don't know, I don't notice it, but I also don't look really hard, and I don't really care if I have glitter in my room. I literally painted one wall pink and rose gold glitter. So we're just adding to the decor at that point. Then I have my Odin's Eye Hella palette, and my favorite shades in this palette are in these 2 rows, but I was challenged to make a look within these 2 rows, and I enjoyed it. I liked how it turned out. I don't know that I love the pictures of my eyes that much because I do feel like they look a little haggard. I'm a little self-conscious about that sometimes, so you're gonna have to ignore me. But I thought the mattes blended really well. I can't fault it for that at all. I know that these mattes blend really well. I usually do like crease, blow it out, darken it up. That's typically how I wear this palette, and then I'll pick a shimmer to go with it. And obviously I like double-sided quite a bit because I have a huge dip in it. Yeah, so I am pretty sure I used these 2 shimmers on my look, Venom and Fluorescence. I think Fluorescence is aptly named. That's this one. And then this one's Venom. Beautiful, beautiful shades. I mean, the packaging is like so badass of Angie. And, you know, the mythology behind it. So I think this is a beautiful palette. It's definitely one of my holy grails. You know, I do see my Odin's Eye collection probably shrinking soon, but this will not be one of them. And then finally, my last palette to rank for the month of March is the Cool Trolls palette. This is the Cool Trolls palette from Cosmic Beauty. You can see that this falls in line with the other shades that I've been pulling towards lately. I love this whole top row for a look, but I also gravitate towards these bottom 2 rows as well. So pretty. My favorite shade in the palette, you know I have to swatch it. It's the shade Slate. And like, again, I don't think that I would reach for the Glam Light shade over, reaching for the one in the Cosmic Beauty palette. That is the Cosmic Beauty shade right here. And the mattes are beautiful quality. The shimmers have held up great for me, and they are just as beautiful as impactful on the eye as they are in swatch. This shade Gravitate is so pretty. It's, I don't know if you can see the shift on it. It's like a gold to purple, but it's like, it's not your typical like basic purple. It's like a hot, warm purple. Hot, warm? I mean like neon and warm at the same time. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I should go take my medication and go to bed. It's getting past my bedtime. Love this palette. I've loved every look I've made with it. So yeah, definitely a holy grail here. Will not be getting rid of it anytime soon, for sure. So that's it. I will be back at you next month with another palette ranking. I've already got a box started with my April palettes. I can tell you, I will not have as many palettes for my April ranking as I did for March. Let me count these up real quick. I had 22 palettes to rank, which is impressive for me. And I only counted this as one. I didn't count them as two separate ones. So yeah, this was fun. This has been real fun. It's been real. I'm covered in glitter, but that's okay. I'm just procrastinating because I always find it really awkward to do my outro. If you like this video, I hope you'll give me a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more makeup and beauty content from me, hit that subscribe button and I'll have more coming at you. I hope wherever you are, you have a wonderful day. Bye.